Hello, good evening. This is the Benson Media, and today is a Saturday. We are blessed to have this opportunity to just have a discussion on matters politics and what has been trending over the weekend and also over the week. Before I start, allow me to take this opportunity to welcome you all to the Benson Media. And here we say that your opinion counts. If you're new to this channel, kindly like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll really appreciate. To good friends, I can see at the comment section, Laban Messiani is already in. Thank you so much, Laban, and feel at home. I'll give you a chance, Mr. Mikuda, to say hi to our viewers before we get to the discussion.
Thank you, Mark. Greetings to you, Laban, and all our viewers who will tune later. Welcome you to Brother Benson Media and feel at home.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, so today I just wanted us to have a discussion and to give our views on the topic that is over here. What the High Court said yesterday is a confirmation that the 2022 election results were not correct. That is a statement according to, they say, a gospel according to politician governor of Sia County, senior counsel James Agribob Orengo. Yeah, so yesterday the court gave a ruling confirming that the Azimio is the rightful majority leader, and we had this discussion partly yesterday. We gave our opinion and what we think, and so we've been listening to lawyers, we've been listening to constitutional experts also giving their thought, and I thought it wise to also just come again and give our opinion on this as well. Yeah, so Mr. Mkuda, I just want to play this clip of Mr. James Agribob Orengo speaking in CIA, and then from there, you just give us, your opinion and
Sacrifice the truth for any political gain. I'll always say the truth. I'll always say the truth. And I think I've survived in politics because of saying the truth. When I won an election, we didn't have money to run around with, but at least there was some element of fairness. Now, I'm asking my party audience, don't lose this thing that the High Court of Kenya has said that Azimio is the majority party. Don't leave it, because instead of sitting on the table with whoever is in power, the court is giving you what belongs to you. Why are we giving up? Why is Kenya giving up? When history and everything is behind you. We don't want career politicians. We have people with convictions. This is what will bring change to Kenya. Don't go to somebody's house and you're given a good meal, and then you forget that the next meal will not be the same. We have got it wrong since independence. We got it wrong. And that's why even the Gen Zs who are talking about here, I believe that your cry still cannot be heard, because all the time we get it all wrong. We are 2.5 years to the elections, and everybody's talking about the elections. Everybody's talking about the elections, because that is our mindset. But there was the only great thing that Stalin said. Stalin was a Soviet leader. He said, instead of wasting time with the voters, You spend your time with those who count the votes. They're the people who matter. So I am asking everybody, because the signs are that we are going to get it wrong again in 2027. We are getting wrong again in 2027. Kenya wanted change a long time ago. And we were told that until we had a proper constitutional basis for running our elections, we will never succeed. Because Moi won against Jaramogi, he won against Kibaki, he won against Matiba, because we had got it all wrong. We did not solve the problem of the day. And this time around, I think the country is so angry, and the elections may not matter. I am telling you, and I believe it, the country is so angry that when I hear people talking about the elections, I feel very annoyed, because we are going to get it all wrong again. Right now, the court, and in fact, I have a lot of problems about the court, but yesterday, the court the High Court made a very important ruling, saying that Kenya Kwanza is not the majority party. The majority party in parliament is Azimio. What are we going to do about it? Are we going to again sit on the table and make a deal? What the court said, the High Court said yesterday, is a confirmation that the election results that were announced in the last elections were not correct. That is the confirmation. Because Raila's party and coalition could not have got the majority of seats, the majority of governors, the majority of senators, and lose the presidential election. And now we are talking about the elections. We are talking about the elections. Even if you look at the situation we are in Kenya, we should try and fix Kenya fast. And I believe Moi was more powerful, Kenyatta was more powerful, and yet they were shaken until we had to change the constitution. They were shaken, and that's why we moved transition from one party to a multi-party system. It was not easy. It was not easy. We have to be very much conscious and aware of the danger. But as we speak today, we are praying and we are praying for Raila Amolo Odinga to succeed this.
Mr. Miguda, can you hear me?
Yeah, you are very clear.
Okay, yeah, so I think you've watched the clip, and His Excellency, the governor, is saying that yesterday's confirmation by the court just confirms again that the election results are not okay. And he's also asking a very pertinent question that what is the party going to do? What is Azimio? What is it that they're going to do? Are they still going to make a deal? That is the question that I'm asking you tonight, and also give us your opinion on, Governor Orengo's take, or his explanation on the court ruling.
First, you must understand Governor Orengo was one of the people who opposed the broad-based government. They had their reasons. Orengo was opposed that the Gen Zs have lost their lives and people were killed in the demonstrations. The people were not given justice, according to James Orengo. Then other people have gone ahead and form a coalition, more of a broad-based government, under other people's lives. That's how Orengo argued initially. So Orengo never supported broad-based government, and he has remained steadfast until now. But I want to disagree with him slightly because it was not the fault of the electoral body, or it was not the fault of Azimio. You understand that the person who presided over who is the majority or minority is Wetangula. And the court declared that Wetangula conducted himself unlawfully. Therefore, Wetangula ought to have leave it the way it was, that it is, he ought not to have declared Kenya Kwanza as the majority of the party in the House. He ought to have left it the way we concluded our elections, because at the end of the elections, majority of the people who was parliament were from Azimio. He ought to have leave it at that point. He's the one who interfered with that provisions. That is why the court yesterday said that Wetangula acted unlawfully by interfering with the provision of the Political Parties Act. That Political Parties Act, he interfered with it as the Speaker of the House. James Orengo, in my view, or whatever you said, James Orengo, I support him that if at all now the court, because it's like Azimio were never given justice in the National Assembly. There was no justice. But when some people went to court to seek justice, they were given justice. So I agree that once the court has addressed your issue and given you a direction, you should not leave it at that point. You should act swiftly and you correspond to the provision of the court. Therefore, we expect the Azimio, the way Kalonzo said that they will meet on Wednesday as the PG to discuss the leadership of the House, who is going to be the majority, who's going to be the whip, who's going to be the chair for budget, chair for finance, chair for defense, based on the ruling of the court. That's how they're going to sit. The PG is going to be backed by the court decision. So in my view, I believe that the argument of Orengo is right, but he only omits that the people, the Wetangula is the one who act into that manner, not the other way around, that it is the electoral body who declared Azimio as a minority. Because in my own view, at the end of the elections, Azimio got more members in Parliament, National Assembly, compared to Kenya Kwanza. It was interfered with Wetangula. IBC never interfered with it. So to talk about in terms of result that the 2022 election results were tampered with, I think that one was sorted out in the Supreme Court. The issue of electoral process and the elections were discussed at Supreme Court, and it was final. That decision binds everybody, including the people who lost. But what we are discussing here is the majority and the minority in the National Assembly, according to the provision of the Political Parties Act, that the majority party and the minority party, after the establishment of the government, how do they emerge? That is what was the question. The question was not about server, it was about the electoral process, it was about IBC, it was about National Assembly structure, that who is the majority, who is the minority. And once the court has pronounced itself the way it has pronounced itself, in my view, let us respect the decision of the court the way we respected the decision which was made by Supreme Court. When Supreme Court declared Ruto, when Supreme Court declared Ruto as the president-elect, people respected that decision and it binds everybody. Currently, let us respect the decision that Azimio is the majority. That's why we give respect to our courts. Back to you, Makbur.
Okay, thank you so much. There's something that you've spoken about the PG, and I wanted to ask you that that currently ODM is working with the ruling government, the KK, and what is your take? Is there a possibility that out of the goodwill, and what are the implications? I mean, for this ruling, is there a possibility that they can decide not to fight or to take that role as the majority leader of party? in the assembly. Because I was actually going through, they say, do I call him former majority leader or current majority leader? And he actually removed that tag of majority leader in the National Assembly in his X account. So my question to you is: is there possibility of them, maybe rejecting out of the goodwill that they have with the president? Because the truth of the matter is that this ruling, of course, is going to affect the running of KK government, because how critical majority party is, and uh, the advantages that the majority being majority comes with. My question to you is: you've had Orengo here say, senior counsel, that are you going to take it, or you're still going to negotiate or get into deals? What is your take on that?
Remember, Orengo is a senior comrade, and Orengo has been in the struggle for a long time, as early as when he was in campus. And I like the spirit in him, that spirit of comradeship. It's a good spirit because sometimes if everyone is compelled or is compromised, at least there's a voice of reason somewhere who will appeal to the majority of the people, the voice of the voiceless. Orengo has been the voice of the voiceless, and currently is the voice of the reason, because initially even he opposed the donation of experts into the broad-based government. But let us distinct, there is those who are donated as experts in the broad-based government, but they render their positions of the party as officials. They went there as citizens of the Republic of Kenya, not as the people who are holding position in ODM. And ODM must maintain that they are in opposition. They have maintained that they are not in government. And that is why slots like minority leader, minority whip, public account committee have been reserved for the ODM in that house, because they have been in opposition. But what is at stake right now? James Orengo is simply saying that you deserve justice. And once you have been given justice by the competent court of law, you should not go to negotiate about it. Take it, because just like our friends, whenever they go to seek justice in the court of law, they never share with you anything. They take it wholly. Therefore, you as the ODM, you deserve this. This is your right. You deserve it. No one is giving you or is doing you for favor about it. This is what you deserve. You deserve it because you have been given by the court. You deserve it because the electoral body also gave you. It was only tampered with by the leadership structure in the National Assembly, that is Speaker Wetangula. But all in all, you deserve it. It is what belongs to you. He said that take what belongs to you. It belongs to you rightfully. No one should take it away from you. Therefore, I believe that if at all that is the case, then there's no problem. ODM has also stated for a long time that they are in Azimio. No one has said that Azimio collapse. They can have their PG, in my view. They can discuss on the structure of the positions. Because you say that you watch Kimani Ichung'wah's X-Space, though I haven't watched the attack for majority that's been removed. But if that's the case, they can discuss on how to divide those slots the way they divide those slots, because you understand Azimio is a coalition. The decision does not bind ODM. It binds Azimio, all the political parties that forms the Azimio. If all the political parties that forms Azimio are binding by that decision, it means that they have to divide. It's not their discretion to divide those positions among themselves. They decide. If ODM, the way they decided that ODM can take minority and whip, and you saw people like Jubilee deputies, Nimwenje deputies, and also there is how they usually divide it. Was someone from Wiper, they know how to divide it. It can happen that way if at all the decision stands, decision the court stands, they can take those roles, and that is how it can work. But what Orengo was trying to say is that he cannot stand cannot speak, he cannot stand for at all. He will speak the truth, even when it's going to cost him. Because previously, this, even if they try to defend the current government or they try to work with William Ruto, there is nothing they're getting in return, in my view. And understand also politics is about interest. If your interest is not being served, why should you be there? If you look for other avenues where you can get your interest. I think that is could be my submission. Back to you, Makubura.
Okay, thank you so much for giving us that a good analysis on that matter. So maybe something else that really that people are really speaking about is I don't know whether you watched the news or you have the information of what happened in Kakamega, where the Governor Baraza, and then the former CS Achesa, and the MP Nambulindo, they were in a funeral, and then some fights started over there, and then there was a lot of breakage of chairs. There were so many goons in that place, and some of them were actually found. And when they were being asked who sent them, they're saying that they're goons for the political class. Some are saying were sponsored by the governor, some by the former CS, and some by the MP. My question to you is, what is it? Which benefit does this political class get when they pay young people, to come and break things, bring confusion, beat people? What is it with this goonism? What is it that the political class gets that makes them stand and work with these, people with no mercy on humans? Some of them, there's a good number of citizens who are injured, and some of them were actually taken to the hospital. What is it? Is it power, and how does it benefit, the political class and also the citizens of the republic?
Yeah, this is just the beginning. Expect more of the events to happen in the forthcoming days, because the 2027 elections are charged. Currently, that is just the beginning. And that's just one case. The other time, I think 2 days ago, there was a certain funeral in Migori County, somewhere in Nyatike. And the current governor and the MP for Sona West came with goons. Those are just which you have not seen there. Those just some have not been highlighted. But actually, power in this country, people knows what power is and people understand power. And the 2027 election is going to be due die at county level, when it comes to county level and at the presidential level. People are charged, what I can tell you, because like we have 2 years to elections. But if you go to those functions like funerals in this country, or if you go to marketplaces, it's like elections is going to be in a fortnight. It's like election is on March. People are charged, leaders are charged, the crowds are charged. People are just preparing for the election, and people understand very well. But number one, we have to agree that there's a high rate of unemployment, because for you to get those goons and hire them at that capacity, it means they are jobless. There's high rate of unemployment. And also the people also go to take tokenism from this politician, because if I defend you in a rally, you have to give me at least 1K if I'm a goon. It's rate of unemployment, and because we have set up the mode of 2027 elections is on. It has been activated, and you are even seeing the way the president is hovering across the country, because it has been charged, and everybody now thinks like 2027 is going to be March next month, and no one wants to be left out. People understand these things very well. People knows what county government is. People knows what presidency is. And once you capture power, this is how you can allocate resources. And that's what people are fighting for here, power. And it's not news in the country what happened in Kakamega, because currently you understand people are also realigning. There is that invention. Someone is penetrating Western region. Someone who previously was never a darling to the Western people is currently penetrating that region. He is penetrating by all means. He's going there with money, goodies, tokenism to lure the people to vote for him. And there are also those who are reserved in that region who are opposed to the status quo. They will not allow him to penetrate. And you have just mentioned two people, Nabulindo, Echesa, and the governor. But there are even some MPs that in that region who do not want the current president to penetrate that region. And there is a signal that he can work with ODM, and we understand the current governor of Kakamega is an ODM governor. And there is that resistance from the people and from the leaders, because once that guy get inroads into that region, that wave will overtake those people who are opposed to the current administration. So the people have to fight back. That's why I told you that it's not something news. It's normal in politics. Politics, the people must fight back, and because you understand that's power. And at the same time, it's going to be business unusual in the country. And those are just some cases. Even if you go to Kisumu County currently, there are people, those opponents, there is how they are charging their youths, and it's going to be hotly contested, particularly the Kisumu County gubernatorial race. It's going to be hotly contested because no one is ready to back off. Because you understand, you understand that region very well, and I've tried to go to the ground and I find out that supporters have been divided. People have taken sides. The citizens have taken sides. People say that we must get it, and because you understand the Kisumu elections is going to be more of a transition one, where we are going to have a new governor, because the current governor has served for 10 years. That is 2 terms enough. It's going to be a transition, and it's about regionalism. That is not enough. Even here in Nairobi, it's not going to be a walk in the park. The people are just quiet, but if you go to the ground and do your own research, people have already taken side. There are those people who are pro Babu, those who are pro Tim Wanyonyi, pro this Embakasi North MP. And there's also a small section of people who are pro Sakaja, because Sakaja will be number last in that election. So to clarify is that it's very normal in politics, but we just condemn that they should not violate people's rights. They should not kill people in those rallies. They should not infringe other people's rights, opponents' rights. Let them just do peaceful politics, just a safi, so that it can promote national cohesion, national integrity for the region. At the same time, it's not going to be a walk in the park across from that county level and at presidential level.
Okay, thank you. I don't know, something else that I wanted us to have a look at is, the comments of the governor of Trans Nzoia, Governor Natembeya. He talked about, he was actually warning the president and the people of Kenya against, the pronouncement that the government of Kenya took, led by the president, about issuance of ID, especially to counties that are within the northeastern region, and also the counties that that borders other countries. And he's saying that this is going to be a threat to the people of Kenya, and that this might give a room to criminals to also come closer to government. And according to him, there is a possibility of those criminals, taking over the government. What is your take on, the comments of Governor Natembeya?
The comments of Natembeya depends. It all depends. It can be political, or it can be factual based on the administration. Because Natembeya has served as a provisional regional commissioner, county commissioner. He understands the issue of security very well. He has been the valley in this country. He has sorted out the issue of the bandits, sometimes the eviction of people from Mau. He has been on the ground and they understand ordinary people. They understand all the bad organization going on the ground. They understand even if the registration are not done, even how chiefs operate, bribes, those who have been getting those IDs illegally. He understand it very well. So when it comes to administration, sometimes I can give him a benefit of doubt that is factual. But politically speaking, the die has been cast. And William Ruto and his troop are plotting to impeach Natembeya. There are rumors on the ground. And in politics, you must treat rumors with a lot of, you must be cautious with the rumors. So if there's rumors that they are plotting to impeach him using the MCS, what do? You must respond back because they are fighting you. As a strong politician, you must fight back because now it is going to be a war between the two. If some people are plotting for impeachment, what do? Anything they are trying to bring to the people of Kenya, you must oppose as a politician. You must clarify to people issues, even whether it was good or bad. You must look at those because it cannot be good 100%. Maybe it was 80%. Then you can focus on the 20% of it, the negative part of it, which is 20%, and you tell the people about you perfectly because you understand Natembeya is also persuasive. He's a persuasive politician. He speaks and resonates so well with the ground. And any attempt to impeach him, I think they will not make it because he might use the people to defend him. And that could be it could be maybe politically response, or it could be the issue of administration as well, as someone who mean well for the country because he's one of the same country. But if you look at the Somali people, all of them are happy. They were very happy. Even those who have been opposing William Ruto, that day I saw them on the X Space applauding him that he has done a good work. We don't understand how good it is for the action by Mr. President to the Somali nation. Maybe they know it's well known to them whatever they want to do at the border and in the Kenyan. Natema was just trying to respond to Mr. President, either administratively or maybe politically, because of the current rift between the Natembeya group and Wetangula group.
Okay, thank you. The issue of the PG that His Excellency Kalonzo Musyoka was talking about, that he had called Raila and the former president, they're planning to hold a PG to discuss on their way forward as Azimio. The question that I'm asking you is, we've seen a good number of political parties, opting out or leaving Azimio. Even the deputy, Her Excellency Martha Karua, was also part of that. We saw her saying that she left Azimio. And we've seen ODM having their own stand and Wipers and other parties, speaking differently. My question to you is, does Azimio still exist? And if it exists, why is it that we haven't seen them coming out to give, a unison statement as a party? Or now they're going to be brought back together just because of the ruling that was made by the High Court? There's something there for them now, They want to negotiate on how they're going to share it. What is your take on that? And then after that, maybe you can just give us your last remarks, and then we'll call it a day.
In my view, Azimio exit formally. Formally, we have Azimio, and the way it was deposited at the political parties headquarters, it exists. The only thing I know, Martha Karua exit Azimio formally. Only NAC party is the one which exit Azimio formally. But the rest have never come out of Azimio formally. We assume that it is still existing formally the way it was registered. And that is why they were given that determination by the court, because it is inexistent. It was never withdrawn from the political party registration. So Azimio still exists, and they can decide. That's why I tell you that they can decide it. They know how to decide amongst themselves. A Wiper, ODM, Jubilee, and other affiliated party can decide on what to do next. That's cool, my view about the existence of Azimio. Azimio is there, but the only thing is that practically it's not there because ODM took some of their members to executive, and ODM also reserve that position of minority in the House, because you understand Junet Mohammed, Millie Odhiambo from ODM, and Kaleba Mrs. the Pakcha is from ODM. They reserve those seats for them. And Azimio, in my view, it exists in the way it was. It was deposited in the registration. It is existing, and it has never been interfered with, or not, because for it to be disbanded, there is a criteria agreement that it must have maybe 3 members must agree, or 4 members must agree for them to dissolve that coalition. If those members have never agreed, then it was never dissolved. It is still existent. My final thought today, I'd like to say that first, it's always good to stand with the people. Whether it's going to cost you, stand with the people, be truthful, defend the people, and defend the rule of law. Whenever you are given opportunity to lead in the country, as leaders, let us not look at our own benefit. Maybe people are selfish or greed. Let us consider the people and defend the rule of law, what Governor James Orengo was saying. And also this issue of hiring youths to fight against each other for the benefit of politicians should come to stop, because we might lose lives because of those political games and also political plottings which people have plotted to ensure that they injure their opponent. We should stop those actions as a country. As leaders, we are calling out leaders to stop those actions of using youths to fight against each other. Then lastly, I would like to just tell the current administration, whenever they make a decision, let them consider the people. If it's a decision that is going to interfere with the people or unpopular decision, they should just ignore it. They should not bring unpopular decision to the country, because this country is not going to end today. We still have it even some years to come. We should leave it better for other people, the way we found it better from our forefathers. Our viewers, see you next time. Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you so much for finding time to join us and to share with us, your views. I want to take this opportunity to thank all our viewers. You can see Laban Misiani in the comment section, Brenda Obedi, Kiwanuka Serenko, Silas Diambo, Linda Kaneni, and Brother Benson. I want to take this opportunity to really thank you for finding time to be with us tonight. Don't take it for granted. If you're new to this channel, kindly like and subscribe. This is Brother Benson Media, and here we say that your opinion counts. Tomorrow we'll also have a show, so we request you to kindly join us again tomorrow, as we'll be having, another show. I want to take this opportunity to wish you all a blessed night. I want to wish you all a blessed morning, a blessed afternoon, a blessed evening from wherever